Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host, LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Gran Turismo 3, the ultimate driving simulator, where I'm not sure which one of these I want to do. I love the ease of Super Speedway, and I really hate the Rome circuit, but I kind of want to get it out of the way. So, see, this is the problem with not having this room being the way that I had it before. I don't have just, like, random shit that I can pick up to flip coins with. You know what? Let's flip my wireless module thing for my wireless controller that I still need to put batteries in. So, if it lands signal up, whatever that thing is, then we'll go Rome circuit. If it lands the other way, then we'll do Super Speedway. So here we go. Hey, yeah. Alright, we're doing Rome circuit. And this thing's gonna go right back over here, because I'm not trying to make this room a fucking mess again. Alright, here we go. Let's go. So the first race, by the way, this race is brought to you not at all by Pure Leaf Raspberry Tea. I'm not sponsored at all by them because they don't even know that I exist. But I did spend a ever fair price of whatever it was to get it, and it is now like one of my favorite teas in the entire world because it's fucking delicious and probably has more sugar in it than I need. But I don't care. Well, I don't even know what I was even saying. Oh yeah, last time we did Deep Forest, and I did really well, and it was actually quite surprising because that kind of weird reddish purplish car behind me, which is the same model car I think that I'm driving right now, it actually really held with me nicely. I was not expecting it to hold its own with me the way that it did, so gotta give it a little bit of kudos to the AI where it is necessary. Speaking of AI, by the way, I am super fucking down with the 6th Terminator movie that they're making. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I definitely did not like the 4th one. What the fuck was the 4th one? Salvation. I totally watched it the other day. And, like, there were parts of it that I was like, like, this isn't half bad. Like, the part where the guy that was the human, Marcus, the guy was the human that was basically imprinted on a robot. When he had that scene where he had to fight against the totally weird-ass, like, CGI naked Arnold, you know, T-800 clone inside of the facility, that was actually pretty fucking cool. I rather enjoyed that fight, but I mean, I get why people didn't like that movie, because it was just like, it felt just weird and not at all like the rest of them. And then I definitely watched, yesterday, I watched the end part of, Terminator Rise of the Machines, which, again, I really hate the ending of that movie. I get that it's kind of supposed to be how it was, but just, it's so anticlimactic. It's just like, all of a sudden you're fighting, you know, the Terminator totally beats the shit out of the TX and terminates her, and the line where he just looks at her and he's like, you've been terminated, and it fucking dies, and it's like, damn, that's cool. And then it just, like, goes to them being in that fucking bunker, and there's nobody there, and it's because they were supposed to be, and then, you know, everything goes fucking buck wild and whatever. But, yeah, like, so I didn't really mind the 3rd one that much. It's just the ending of it really pisses me off. But 4 and then Salvation, I wasn't really a fan of either, despite the fact that Emilia Clarke was in it. Even she couldn't save that one from the doldrums of hell. But this 6th one looks fucking cool, man. And they brought back Linda Hamilton for it. And Arnold's still in it, to a much lesser degree, which I think is probably not a bad thing. But dude, I'm down with it. Like, it looks legit cool, and it looks to be that, you know, the main antagonist, just a random ass guy. I don't even know who it is, but he kind of reminded me a little bit of Adam Driver. Was like the person that I immediately thought that it kind of looked like, even though I know it's not who it is. It's like he's like a mega powered T-1000 type, and it's just like, alright, I could be kind of down with this. I mean, we've seen it all before. We already know that the T-1000 was pretty fucking crazy, but it's like, I'm down with, like, you know, with one more iteration of these, and then I really, really hope this ends up being the last one, because they really need to stop. Like, I'm trying to, like, I legit was afraid to watch the trailer. When I saw it, I was like, you know what? I think this could be good. And I really hope that it's the last one that they do also, because they need not do any more with it. But, you know, what do I know? What the hell do I know? Anywho, so, as I had alluded to in my last video, I had mentioned that I had a hospital trip. And this actually went all the way back to Father's Day. This is how long it's been since I've really done anything on this channel, but I totally had to go to the hospital for myself for the first time in a really long time. And part of the reason why that is because I did not have insurance. And I totally screwed the pooch by forgetting to apply for my insurance through my company when I got hired. There was a whole bunch of things that I needed to look over before I registered, and by the time I got around to it, I had missed the deadline for the initial sign-up period, and so I have to wait until November before I can reapply for it again. So, and I'm sitting here thinking like, dude, it's not going to be a big deal. I mean, I haven't had to go to the hospital in like 15, 16, 17 years. So what are the odds that, you know, in the first 6 months of me having a job at BMW, that I'm going to even need it for any reason at all. No, knowing full well that I had never signed up for Oregon Health Plan as just like the ace in the hole coverage that'll, you know, keep my ass covered just in case something happens. I was like, fuck it, whatever. And then go figure, Father's Day comes rolling around, I wake up in the morning, and I'm like super tense, like from the left side of my neck, like up here, all the way down, like all the way down past my shoulder blade. I woke up and I was like, I'm just like really sore. I must have slept on it kind of funny. But I was like, it'll probably loosen up within like an hour or two and I'll be fine to do whatever. And as the day went on, over the next like 4 hours, I basically became almost entirely incapacitated from the left side of my neck down past my shoulder. Like it hurt so excruciatingly bad that like, I tried everything in the fucking book. And you know what? Where is it? Ha-ha! Yes! I'm bringing it out, baby! Time for something that people thought was going to disappear because I got a different job. But welcome to Adam's Health Tips, where you learn shit whether you like it or not. Yeah. Oh, God, I always want to do that. So, in the health realm of today, I needed anti-inflammatories really fucking bad for this. Like, I was like, I need all the pain stuff. I need all the stuff for anti-inflammation, and so I went to all my usual suspects, which some of the finest in the business include, like turmeric or curcumin, because it may be just one of the spices that makes curry fucking yellow, but you know what? It really, really can handle pain and inflammation like none other. It's like a fucking Swiss Army knife for pain. It's great. Aside the fact that the Army knife would inflict pain, but this is on the other side of the coin. And then I tried CBD because I am so far on board with CBD, dude. That stuff has been a fucking boon if I've ever seen it. I don't mean like Ed Boon, but then again, Ed Boon's pretty awesome since he's still slaying it with Mortal Kombat stuff. So maybe he's in the same conversation. I guess I gotta go with it. But CBD, normally super, super fucking good for anxiety, which I've been using it for that, and it's been helping. And for pain and inflammation. So usually another go-to thing, whether you do it in pill form, or you smoke this shit, or you put it on topically via creams, or, you know, you eat it through brownies, or you shove it up your ass with suppositories. It works. No matter how you use it, you could jam that crap in your pee hole if you wanted to, and it would probably still work, aside the fact that you'd probably never feel like a man ever again in that sense. I never grew up feeling like a real man, whatever that means. But I mean, stuff works. And then I even tried like some standard over-the-counter shit like Aleve. Aleve is usually, if I ever use anything like that, I can't do Advil because acetaminophen gives me more headaches, which is never good. And ibuprofen has just never really worked for me. It always upsets, it always like just tears my stomach up, so I can't do it. And so I gotta leave it to good old-fashioned naproxen sodium, which is Aleve. And dude, even that did nothing. And I took the max dose that you're supposed to have, and it just, I took all of those things in succession, and it did shit. And so I'm sitting here thinking, like, dude, I really don't want to go to the hospital. I don't. Like, I don't have insurance for one, which means I have to pay it out of pocket, and I'm really not prepared for that because God only knows what they'd end up having to do in order to get me there. And two, is hate hospitals. I have been there so many times in the last couple of years, primarily for, you know, when we needed to take Michaela there while she was pregnant with Harrison, because it was a hard pregnancy, and so we had to go there for her morning sickness and the pain and the this and the that and the other. And so I kind of, and, you know, all the hospital trips when I had family members, you know, on the verge of, and then eventually passing away. So it's, you know, I was really down with not needing to go there for a while, and then we ended up making the executive decision that, you know what, Adam, you need to fucking go. And so we drove down there, had to go wait, and they got me in, and you know, they were doing like range of motion tests, and they're like, yeah, it sounds like you probably pinched a nerve, and you might have like some like pretty hardcore muscle spasms, so we're gonna shoot you up with what the hell did they give? I don't even remember the name of the injections that they gave me, but they gave me 7 injections in my fucking neck, and it hurt so bad. And I don't do well with needles, so I was already like predisposed, not tight with this. This is why I just, as soon as they told me they were gonna bust out the needle, I was like, I cannot look at this. I can't, because the last thing you want is, you don't want to see me fucking just collapse and faint into the floor while you're trying to do this, because it will happen. I have never successfully gone through that otherwise. And so he busts out this needle that's got like some crazy amalgam of 2 different medications in it. And he's just like, you're going to feel some pressure, and then it's just not going to feel very good. And so he starts injecting, and I can just feel it, and I'm just like gritting my teeth, and I'm just like, oh God, this is bad. I was like, I'm not okay right now. And then he got done with it, and then as soon as he got done, he's like, as soon as you're done, just, you're gonna need a minute, because you're gonna feel a little bit, you know, a little bit wonky for a second, and then you should be fine. And I will tell you, I felt a lot more than wonky, because as soon as he was done, I just started sweating bullets. I mean, I was just like barreling sweat. And they're like, are you okay? And I was like, nope, not really. And I just turned pale as a ghost, and they're like, oh, you look like you're about ready to faint. And I was like, yep, you're right. And so they're like, all right, we need to lean you back real quick. And so they just like slowly moved me back, and I was white as the color of this Pizza Planet shirt. I was not doing well. And anytime that I've ever had this kind of thing happen, it always includes me throwing up. Every fucking time. And I barely fought it off. I seriously felt like I was going to, and I almost had them grab me the garbage can, but I fought it off, and I was proud of it. And it slowly helped. Like, it helped numb it out, and about 4 or 5 days later, it finally went away. But and then I got my doctor's bill in the mail just the other day, and those 7 injections cost me a whopping $458. Whee! Oh God, I can't wait to have to pay that, and have to get myself on a payment plan for it, because God knows I don't have that kind of cash right away. If I had $458 just sitting at the ready, man, I would have gotten myself a Nintendo Switch by now and Mario Maker 2, which I need it so bad. I need it. Been watching a little bit of gameplay from it, and it just looks so much fun. I never even got to play the original one, and so I just had to live like vicariously through other people that were playing it, namely the Game Grumps, which the episode that they did, the generic sitcom thing, may have been one of the funniest episodes I've ever seen of that show. It was so goddamn funny. But yeah, dude, it was nuts. It was a wild ride. And even funnier, well, not funnier, but even weirder, exactly a week later, we had to take Michaela to the hospital for the exact same thing. She had the same exact problem on the same exact side. She woke up from sleeping weird, and she pinched a nerve in her neck and had the same muscle spasms in the exact same area. And so she had to go in, she had to get shots of Toradol, which was a little bit more heavy duty of one, because she had existing nerve damage from her pregnancy, so hers was a little bit more hardcore than mine was. and hers lasted a lot longer. I felt really bad for her because hers was a lot more debilitating than mine was. But the funny story with hers is when we were in the waiting room at the hospital, we were sitting over there waiting to get our name called, which we were there for like 5+ hours. I mean, it was a long ass trip, way longer than mine was. Because mine, we went on a Sunday, and it was on Father's Day, so there weren't really a lot of people there. But hers, it was a Thursday night, and it was just fucking jacked. It was crazy in there. So we're sitting way in the back, and we're just patiently waiting the clock out for them to call our number or her name. And these two fucking people come in, and they're waiting for their name to be called for whatever reason. And they come walking in here with 2 big-ass bags of McDonald's. And this dude comes over with 3 fucking drinks. 3! And they were all different sizes. That was the part that really pissed me off. I put a picture of it up on Twitter. And I think 2 of them were different sizes. He had 2 large drinks, and then he had 1 medium, which whoever gets a medium drink at a place like that, like, I'm pretty sure the McDonald's still does the dollar for any size drink. So what incentive would you ever have to get anything other than a large? but like, why would a single man need 3 drinks? Because the girl had her own drink. You know, his girlfriend or his wife or whatever she was, she had her own drink. And so it's like, dude he went ham. He went crazy, and they had, like a whole bunch of stuff in there. They had like a couple of large fries, and there were like 3 different burgers in there, and it's like, I mean, I get it, you're hungry, you're gonna be waiting for a while, but like, are you trying to give yourself, coronary heart failure in the waiting room just for the sole fact that when your heart eventually just decides that it doesn't care anymore and it's gonna throw the damn towel, unlike they tried to do for Apollo Creed in Rocky IV, that when it ultimately happens, at least you're in the hospital so they can cart your fat ass over and, start pumping all the junk out. There we go, had to wet the old whistle there. And he gloms under the undersea dome, and he starts sucking all the gas. I never understood that. I didn't even know that glom was a word, and it may not even be, but that's what it sounds like in that episode when he says it. But yeah, dude, I just thought that was so weird. And then, like 25 minutes later, we're sitting there, and all of a sudden it comes to find out that Michaela totally knows who they are. And it was actually a good friend of hers from high school. And I'm sitting here, like, tweeting all this, like, incendiary crap out about him. Come to find out that we know who it was. And I'm just like, hey, what's up? Haven't seen you in, like, 15 years. No wonder why I didn't know who you were, because you totally have put a couple of LBs on since then. So it would make sense. But yeah, dude, hospital trips. It was just bizarre. Like, of course that'd be a place where you'd find people at a place where it's supposed to be, for your health, and these people are literally doing one of the most hilariously detrimental things to it while they're waiting to get in to fix the health issue that they were actually there for in the first place. It was pretty good. So, with that said, my friends, we're going to stop right here. When we come back next time, we're going to do the Super Speedway and knock out the Boxer Spirit Cup, because that is what is left. And then we'll go on from there. So, with that said, my friends, we'll have more stuff to talk about next time. Until then, this is your host, Lovely Cheese Pizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.